What is up, everyone? How is it going out there in the wonderful world? What's up, Mike? What's up, Tommy? What's up, Juicy? How goes things? Joanne, business is slow. That's funny. I was actually going to bring that up today. Business hasn't been slow for me, but the past 2 days have been super slow on Amazon for me, which is weird. But I don't know. Amazon's weird. Some days, you'll get $400 in sales, and other days you get $75 in sales. So I feel your pain there, Joanne, at least these past 2 days. What's up, Chris? Just got back from a thrift. Yeah, did you find anything? I went thrifting today. I went to one store. It was pretty good. I can't complain. I filmed a video on it, so it wasn't too shabby. Yo, what's up, John? I seen you. I was listening to another one of the Zoom calls over there, and I heard you chiming in again. Let's see how many listings I got that are in transfer right now at Amazon. $360 in profit. You can't complain about that at all. Ungated in DVDs. So you have like a pile of DVDs sitting around that you're ready to ship in? Anyone find anything good today? Yeah, that short I posted. I don't know what I did with the book. I got this bad boy. It's like $72 profit, so it wasn't that bad. Deb found it, not me, but I take credit for everything, as always. Some decent stuff out there. It sucks. The thrift store I went to today, they cover all the barcodes on the DVDs, so I can't scan any of the DVDs there, so that kind of sucks. Yo, Joanne, what is up? Anything new going on in your Amazon drama life? 6 CDs and 40 DVDs today. Holy crap. That's nuts. That's a lot of DVDs. A lot of DVDs. Yeah, I peeled some stickers off today. I had a bunch of stuff I had to peel stickers off of, so spent the morning doing that. So now I just gotta get this stuff ready to go, basically. Get my boxes created and get it out of here. 8 CDs, 2 DVDs, and 9 books. Not terrible. Yeah, you gotta take what you can get. You gotta take what you can get. Thinking of trying some OA since driving around costs so much these days. You just gotta be smart with it, Mike. Any business can work. You just gotta be smart with it. Just be weary of returns and stuff like that. It really depends what you want to get yourself into and what kind of stores you have around you. If you're thinking like clearance, Walmart clearance, something like that, or if you're thinking like Ollie's, basically just go on Ollie's and spend 2 hours scanning stuff and seeing what you can find. I hate that when I can't scan. Yes, that's probably like one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, what is the reasoning behind like covering the barcodes? I don't understand. Like, maybe so there's scanners at the but most of them don't even scan the stuff at the register, so that won't even make sense. I don't know. It's like, who cares if a reseller is buying it or a normal person's buying it? Resellers, we probably spend more money in a lot of thrift stores than your average customer does. $857 in sales since being reactivated. That's awesome. You're killing it. How's your sources been? You still going to that Goodwill, Joanne? Do I scan every CD and DVD in a thrift, or do you have a filtering process? Okay, so this is like top secret information. This is stuff people put behind paywalls. Like, if you want to see how to scan DVDs and CDs, buy my course for $1 million. No, I do have a little bit of a process, so you kind of figure it out as you go. The CDs, I'm not scanning any of the basically Christmas ones right now. So seasonal ones, I kind of just move through them. I'm not worried about that. And you'll notice like some CDs have a different barcode that always pulls up like multiple items on Amazon. So I don't even bother with those. I'm only scanning the ones that have actual UPCs. So when you scan the ones that have actual UPCs, you probably get the ones that pull up multiple results. So if it pulls up multiple results, 90% of the time, I'm not even going to click on it. I'm just going to keep scanning. So you just want to be as efficient as you can. DVDs, same way. If you're going to scan every single DVD, you need to make sure that you aren't wasting time looking up every one. So with DVDs, I definitely use scan all the TV series. And if you're going to scan all the DVDs, scan all the kids' DVDs. The kids' DVDs seem to do a lot better than just your average, normal crappy movies that we all have seen throughout our lifetimes. Yeah, I scanned her store last week. She's like, if I bring more, will you can buy? Yes, I will buy them all. Yeah, that's smart. I haven't found out much of pattern on CDs yet. Yeah, she did. Debs scanned like 200 CDs. We actually recorded a video of it, and the SD card got corrupted, so we lost all the footage. It sucks, but what are you gonna do? Juicy, that's funny. I love when they have like the little scribble line on the barcode, like, yeah, my scanner's gonna shoot right through this, but good try. Keep it up. What does that mean? Reacted on Amazon. I don't know exactly what you mean by reacted on Amazon. Make sure you're checking the CDs and DVDs. Like Deb said, she found a bootleg CD in one, and they actually tape the CD. Like, all right, so you have a CD. They actually tape all the way around this with like normal packing tape. So like trying to get these open is impossible. And I was just like, whatever, I'm just gonna buy it. So Deb pulled one open at the store, thankfully, and it was a bootleg CD inside. So we didn't get that. And then today, when I peeled off the tape and the stickers, I opened one and it was a completely different CD. So just something to be heads up on. If it's not taped closed, make sure you're just popping it open to make sure the CD matches up. Same with the DVDs. If it's a set, make sure you're opening it. Even if you take it up to the register and have them open it for you, because Deb found a good CD set or DVD set the other day, and it was missing like one of the 6 discs. So I mean, just be wary of that kind of stuff. Yes, still have the Goodwill, and there's another place about 45 minutes from me that is a gold mine. 4 sellers there at any time. You can easily walk away with 50 books. That's nuts. That's crazy. Like, where are they getting their books from? I need to know. Yeah, Deb's like, double check. I'm like, I don't care. Listen, like, it'll be fine, because most of the time the CDs and DVDs are in good shape. It's not like you're going to find stuff that's completely busted up or anything. Most of the time, it's good to go. There's no other problems with it. Yes, Joanne is correct. You will see like some places, like secondhand places, reseal DVDs, and some of them will have a little sticker on it and some of them won't. So you got to just be wary of basically knowing how it should be sealed. Like, the top should be like folded over. Don't seal things yourself. I know you guys heard me say it 6 times in the last video. There are people out there that are resealing basically CDs, DVDs, books. So you go to a thrift store, you buy a book, it looks new. You take it home, you clean it up a little bit, and then you basically buy a machine that cellophane wraps, and then you just cellophane wrap it yourself and sell it as new. Like, you are playing with fire. Sooner or later, you're going to get caught and you're going to get banned. So just be wary of doing stuff like that. Don't risk it. It's not worth making the extra few bucks, and it is against Amazon's terms of service. If it's new, it has to be in the original packaging from the manufacturer, not your homemade ghetto packaging. That's not going to qualify. Bought a season box set of Stargate at the bins for $2.29. Came home. So you got so excited, you just ran out of there like, damn, this is a nice find. Get me home. Get me home. I got to get this sent into Amazon. You're like, all right, let me list this. Open it up. It's fun. That's funny, Juicy. Sorry for the $2.29 loss. You should have went back and been like, hey, what's going on here? That place brings out carts of books every 10 minutes. That's crazy. John, I agree 100%. And those are the one. That's the one I was talking about. Like that real slim barcode that pulls up multiple issues. I don't know what the deal is with it. I just think that barcode is coded differently for some reason. Like I don't understand how it works, and I literally just keep scanning. I don't even bother wasting time. Found a few more brand new games as well. The first one I sent in sold as soon as it hit Amazon. Games, board games, I found in a few videos back, I think I showed it in the video. Actually, I did a short on it, I think. The Cheers board game. That thing was ranked so high, but there was no FBA sellers. And the second it got checked in, it sold for like 45 bucks. The rank on it was like 300 and something thousand, and that's super high for like board games. So like always make sure whenever I'm out, I usually check the board games, see if there's anything new that's sealed. Just scan it on the Amazon seller app and you'll see exactly how much you'll make. And you can put all that into the same box. Amazon doesn't make you split anything up, even though it's not media. So it's not a big deal. You can just pile it into your book box and make it work. Yeah, that used to happen a lot to me. And for some reason, I guess I got tired of getting burnt. And I'm like, you know what? I'm checking everything. So I check everything for the most part, video game wise and CD and DVD wise. Books, I'll look at it and make sure the cover looks the same. Although I've bought books where it's like an older edition and the cover's different, and I've sold those with no problems. I just put a like note in the conditions like, hey, same book, different edition, and then I put my normal condition note, and I haven't had any issues doing that. So if you find a profitable book and the cover's different, as long as it's not a textbook where like edition to edition there's a huge change. If it's just like your run of the mill, like there we go, like if it's the Silent Patient, but it's like an older version of it, and as long as it's the same author and a different cover, I have no problem with you selling that. I do it all the time. Yeah, it's nothing getting green and then you're looking at something completely, or it's not even a book, it's just something completely out there. It's like, and it pisses you off too when you look at the screen and it's like $80 profit, and you're like, "What? This book's worth $80?" And then you look and it's something different. You're like, "No." Gonna have to travel a couple times a week to this place because the games and DVDs are awesome there as well. What are their prices like, Joanne? If you don't mind me asking, what are their prices? Hey, it happens. I can't find that exact one that you have on there. So I mean, there was multiple listings of it. Nice. I mean, right now eBay is going to be your best friend, even though it's going to be a lot of work for you. But I mean, that's how you're gonna make a lot of money off all those books you got, and that's the best way to do it, even though it's going to be a pain in the butt. But yeah, you're doing good with those lots and those books. I'm surprised that you're selling as much as you are. $1.99 average. All right, I'm fine with $1.99. It's on par with everything else. It's so weird. Like I've been taking advantage of half off days and like discount days so much. Like I can't even bring myself to go into a Goodwill anymore and just be willing to pay, $2.99, $3.99 a book. Like it's weird when you get away from spending that kind of money on books. to try to go back to doing it. I'm like right now, half off days are 50 cents and a dollar for me, like 50 cents soft back, a dollar hardback. So like going into a Goodwill and just spending $3.99 on a hardback is like, it's crazy to me. Like just thinking about it, I'm like, if this was, somewhere else, I could get 4 books for the price of this one. I did do another bulk buy. I actually edited that video today. It'll be out tomorrow. A bookstore by me reached out and said, hey, through the Craigslist ad, and it wound up being like 550 pounds of books. So that video will be out tomorrow. That was quite the adventure, dealing with a car full of books. And that's why, yeah, everybody thinks bulk books are like the way to go, but there's so much work that goes into bulk books, and you have to chase lower profits because you already basically bought the book. So you got to be willing to send something in where you're going to make $3 because, hey, you already bought the book. Deborah's giving me all of her money. I wonder if she's using my debit card. She's probably got my wallet in the other room using my debit card. Half off days are a godsend, and yes, they are. And I know it sounds stupid, but like half off, it adds up. Like over time, that half off, we all know what you see on Scout IQ. Like that profit, you're probably going to get 75% of that, maybe 85. The prices always are going down. So it's like, if you can get them cheap, you got to be cheap. Yeah, see, John's out here getting them for next to nothing. Had to invest in $1 since the boxes were loaded. Yes, bulk books is super labor intensive. That's why I never want to get into it, because it's good to have every once in a while, especially if you have a trade-in store, because you're always going to make money. But like, I couldn't see just doing bulk books. Making $2 does not excite me. Books for a quarter, CDs 35. You need to make up like just a trigger set just for places like that, John. So like, if you find a $4 profit CD, that it's worth buying for 35 cents every time. Like maybe you have like a 25-cent CD trigger set or something, or a 50-cent CD trigger set. You'll see in the video, Juicy, I did not bring those up the steps. We ain't playing no games. That's way too much lifting for me. Yeah, too bad. No refunds. You didn't read the disclaimer. No refunds allowed. Yeah, John's got 6 storage lockers of books that he's got to get through, and he doesn't have trade-in in his area, so he's got to set things aside by genre and lots, and basically try to turn every dud book into money. But he's doing a good job at it. It's just a lot, and it can be overwhelming at times. I mean, you get them for so cheap, though, it's worth it. And your sources, you don't have to go that far for your sources. So as long as you get them coming in and you get into a habit and you have the space of what you're doing, then you're going to be good to go. Whenever I do bulk buys, like, Deb wastes no time. She wants to get out there and scan the books immediately. So this one we had in this video upcoming, I didn't get to see the books. The books were all in sealed boxes, so I had no clue what they could have been. Bricks in these boxes, and I wouldn't have known until I got home. But like, she's running down there ready to open up all the boxes. I'm like, relax, like, chill out. She's like, I gotta see what's in these boxes. So it was quite the adventure. It was like buying a whole bunch of mystery boxes. So it was fun, but it's a lot of lifting, and a lot of Second and Charles now is like, they're a mess. Second and Charles is so backed up with crap. Like, I used to be able to go in and, drop off like 6 bins of books, like the USPS bins, and they wouldn't have a problem with it. But they're so backed up, people aren't coming to get their stuff, that you can only do 3 bins per person per day. So I was in there like 5 times. I was literally in there every day of the week just to get rid of all the books I had. And I'm just like, listen, just because everybody else sucks, I need to be like prioritized as a respectful, loyal customer. Like I want to be able to come in and drop off as much as I want at a single time. Yeah, Joanne, there's definitely money to be made if you honestly, if you're going to sit down and say, "Hey, I'm going to do books for 40 hours a week." So how in the world are you going to do books for 40 hours a week? The only way it's possible is if you're doing bulk, just basically running a bulk operation, or if you have an eBay, or like if you're merchant fulfilling books around the clock. That's the only way it's possible, in my opinion. And you need the space. You have to be very organized, or you're going to be spending all day just looking for orders, dealing with headaches. That's why personally it doesn't make sense for me because I don't have the space. Now, if I had the space, when we get a house and maybe I have a garage or a basement or something, then I would definitely see myself doing like more merchant fulfilled because there's different profits out there. You can go scan a whole store for FBA and then you can scan the same books for merchant fulfilled and find profitable books that were profitable merchant that weren't profitable FBA. But you definitely need this space and you have to be organized and have some kind of basically workflow lined out where you as one person can go in and get everything done within a reasonable amount of time. You don't want to be up to your head in books. And I don't know. It's like I'm so cheap. Like even getting one storage unit, like I thought about it. Like, oh, I can get a storage unit and then have Gaylords of books delivered. Too much work diving through Gaylords just to chase your money back on not as profitable books. I'm not renting nothing. Listen, I you know what? I am renting in all the Amazon warehouses around me. I got a nice little cubby hole somewhere. They go in, it's like, oh, look, it's the used book guy's crap. Put it on that shelf. He's got his own little shelf here at the warehouse. Um, that's my rent. That's my warehouse, and that's how I like it to be. My warehouse is at somebody else's house, not mine. Yeah, organize it as a library. Yeah, by author. How nice is it when you go into a thrift store and everything is sorted by like genre, like nonfiction, fiction, children's books, self help, religious books. Like those are the best thrift stores to go in. Everything is nice and organized. I hate when you walk in and it's like, oh, the books. It's just the book section and it's just a complete mess of everything. So you're like, oh my God. Every shelf there's a Daniel Steele book. Every shelf there's a Tom Clancy book. You're just like, come on. Bookshelves on carpet dollies is the way, coupled with a date-based inventory system. Yeah, see, like that's already above my head and out the window. Like there's a lot that goes into managing your inventory. Like a lot more than we think. We actually did a free book pickup, and this guy's whole basement was just bookshelves. So he basically had a library in his basement. I mean, these shelves were all built in. He had everything sorted. I'm just thinking to myself, like, how long did it take you to get this all set up just to give it away? Like he was moving and he needed the money, but still, like, it's a commitment. Maybe if I was more interested in like collecting books or saving books for myself, I would be more motivated to. Because then, hey, I got a bookshelf and these are all the books that I keep for myself, but I'm not interested in collecting books or even kind of getting into that kind of stuff. So it's like, I just want them gone. I'll see them for the week and then I want them out of my house for good. Yeah, that was quite the adventure. So we were the first ones there. Deb had a nice conversation with the people on Facebook. So other people showed up after us, and they were all so pissed off that we were able to get there before them. And like, I'm thinking to myself, like, this is all free stuff. Like we didn't take everything. We're still there going through it all, and everybody that showed up after us was just rotten and miserable. Like I don't understand why people like, especially a lot of booksellers I come across. I'd probably say like 75% of them are have terrible attitudes. I don't understand like what it is, or they're just miserable. I mean, selling books is it's fun. It's like treasure hunting, and people are just like I don't know what it is. Usually don't get good vibes from other booksellers when I'm around them. Although the few I have had conversations with are awesome people, but everybody else that they're just rotten. Just, listen, Joey, and that's people would kill to have that opportunity to go into a school and scan all of them books. They don't care. I wouldn't care if them books weigh 10 pounds each. Bulk DVDs, more for less space and weight. That is a definitely good like way to go. I am working on a Craigslist ad for bulk DVDs. I already have one made up for CDs that I have out there. I haven't gotten any hits on it yet. So once I get my DVD one set up, I'll make a video on it so you all can just go in and steal my Craigslist ad and post it in your local area and see what you can find from it. Is it getting more difficult to find profitable books as time goes by and more people learning about book selling? Honestly, I wouldn't say it's getting more difficult. It just depends on your area. So where I am, I don't have much competition, but if you live somewhere like closer to a larger city or just, somewhere where other people are doing it, it's definitely tough. You just have to have the mindset of you're going to go in, you're going to scan all the books, and you're basically going to out hustle these people. So if I had other people in my area scanning books, a few things I would do is I would be more personal with like the staff of the thrift stores and be like, hey, I'm always in here buying a lot of books. What days do you put out books? Is there a certain day like that you set aside to put out all the books, or is it just throughout the week? So you kind of need like a little bit of an edge against your competitors. But I don't think it's difficult at all. If you're putting in the time, have a Craigslist ad, Facebook ad. There's plenty of things you can do just to be basically better than your competition. I'm alone here in the sticks. Hey, that's why you need the bulk books, John. First off, you need the inventory, and then you need company. You can talk to the books. You can make friends with the books until you sell them. Yeah, we were real nice to the guy, and he was just miserable, tight-lipped. Yeah, no, nobody can know about selling books. It's such a like gate kept category, and it's silly because anybody can sell books on Amazon. So why is everything like behind closed doors? Like I can't tell you how to do nothing. Anybody that ever has a question, I just straight up tell them like, yeah, I sell books on Amazon. Anybody can do it, so you might as well start. But most people aren't going to follow through, so that's all it is at the end of the day. Haven't had a good interaction with a reseller yet. Only the people who aren't scanning are like, oh, what? Yep, that's how it works. Usually they're like, yeah, that's you're reselling it. You're my competition, so I can't even say hello. The people I do talk to and like actually are friendly. I'll ask them what their trigger set is. I'll be real nosy. I'm like, hey, what's your triggers? What are you working on? Using Scout IQ? You using Scoutly? Where are you getting your information? I'm nosy. So once they give me a little bit of leeway, like, hey, they want to have a conversation. I'm like, all right, let's go. We're gonna have a conversation. I'm gonna interrogate you here while you're sitting here talking to me. Of course, a lot of people respond, and for some reason, I can't reply to any of the posts. Not sure why. What? There's got to be a way. My only interaction with other book media sellers are online, like this group and a few others. The proper city, I think, would have that competition issue I hear about. Yeah, it tends to be at the bigger cities, but it's weird because the bigger cities have a lot more sources. So you would think, even though there's more competition, that you're still going to find books because there's just way more places to find books. And, but there's definitely, there's people, there's nutsos out there that'll sit in thrift stores 10, 12 hours a day and literally just have no respect for anybody that comes in and just rolls with it. Got approved to sell DVDs, but not CDs. Thanks for the video. Hey, no problem, Olivia. You can always go in, do the same thing you did with the DVDs, buy, 10 99-cent CDs, and you'll be good to go in music as well. Unfortunately, some people get ungated in CDs and DVDs, and others, like yourself, you only get ungated in one, but you can spend another $10 and get ungated in music. It's definitely worth it, in my opinion. You'll make that back the first day you're out scanning. And think about it like you're only scanning books when you go in these places. So now you can go all the way back through all your thrift stores and scan all the DVDs and all the CDs. I like people on Craigslist think to buy. Yeah, that's it. They're like, oh, you're buying my books at retail price? No, didn't you read 15 cents a pound? And like I've been watching you for a while, and I started at the beginning of April. I've sent 7 boxes of books. I was trying to scan DVDs and CDs, but it doesn't work. You think it's because I'm still on an individual account on Amazon? Thanks for all you do. Like, so what do you mean it doesn't work? Like Scout IQ is not pulling any information for you? Is that what you're saying? If that's the case, then yeah, that's the problem. Um, I would just wait till you're. So I don't want you to upgrade right away because you're gonna have to pay the $40 a month. Wait until your boxes of books get checked in, and you at least make a few sales, and then you can switch to the professional account, and then you can go back and hit all the DVDs and CDs. Free cycle. Oh yeah, yep. I gotta look into that. Mike's the extrovert. I'm the introvert. I don't think she. Yeah, Deb's like. It's funny though because people are more likely to come up to Deb. It's just she's taller and better looking, so they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm just a little gremlin down scanning the bottom shelf, so everybody just leaves me alone. Found that most folks around me are cordial. Had a few though that just started grabbing books. Yeah, Rob, that's the main reason I do not go to these Goodwill bins. It is just like it's chaos at the Goodwill bins. Like people don't care. They have no regard. Um, they just want to grab every damn thing there is, even if it's worth nothing. You can say, hey, this whole shelf is worth no money, and they'll still grab it from you. Yeah, Deb got beat up at the library sale. 20 to 40 to get ungated in DVDs and 20 to 40 for music is a pretty sweet deal. Just did it myself. 100%. I still don't believe that we're all ungated in DVDs and music for as cheap as we got it done. Like it's it's amazing that you can get ungated in those categories for that cheap nowadays when it used to cost you, at least $500 $1,000 just to get ungated in one. So it's if you haven't yet, definitely take advantage of it and get it done. Happened at my first library sale. The library sales, I have enough sources so I don't have to go to the library sales, thankfully. But it's a different breed of people. Like those people are just it's nuts. This week I saw another bookseller at Savers. He left after we had scanned almost everything. You should have been like, "Yo, what you find? You save me anything?" First and last library sale. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't pull anything. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, you're gonna have to upgrade. It's just up to you. When you upgrade, Amazon's not going to take that $40 out of your account right away. It's just going to go towards your balance. So if you're worried about that, it's not like an instantaneous transaction. So it's not a big deal. When the time's right for you, then definitely do it because you're definitely going to make a whole bunch of money, whole lot more money selling DVDs and CDs along with the books. Always scan after the other sellers. Yes, 100%. I'm going to tell you a fun little fact here. So, there's all these Facebook groups and Discord groups. There are people that have been selling books for 10 plus years who will straight up tell new people that don't have triggers. Just go in and grab stuff you think that looks profitable and send it into Amazon. So there's people out there that are scanning that have probably, 50-cent triggers. The one time I was at the bins, so like they bring out all the books and everybody just goes crazy, right? So there was a group of people, it was like 4 of them, and they had like one lady who was like the head one. So everybody else was scanning books. And what they were doing is they were telling the lady like, hey, this book's profit is, well, they weren't saying profit, but they're like, hey, this one is like 67 cents. Are we taking it? And they're taking books from the bins because they're a quarter a piece that are 67 cents profit. And I'm talking everything that was like 75 cents and under, they were taking. There was no leaving nothing behind. So there's people out there chasing pennies. Definitely scan behind people. Don't be worried about that. Scout IQ does not have CDs and DVDs in their database, only live. Oh, that's good to know. I'm glad I only use live. I live in an area basically where there's internet everywhere, so I don't have to worry about paying the extra $30 a month. That's why I always try to tell people you want to keep your costs down, and all you really need is the live for Scout IQ, in my opinion. Still have to do the Christian website for DVDs. You better get on it, because sooner or later Amazon's going to say, hey, we're not taking no more invoices from Christian Book. I know that sounds crazy, but it happens all the time. They'll stop taking invoices from certain places for different reasons, and you're never going to find it again for $20. I promise you, you'll never be able to get ungated DVDs for $20 again your whole life. I'm nice and will talk to people, but I don't like... Hold up, I lost chat here. Man, I'm way behind here. I need to speed up. Scanning every book, and my old ass is down on the floor at the bottom shelf. The bottom shelf is where all the money is. So what are you getting into next on media front? Cassettes, VHS, vinyl. If I had to choose, I would probably say vinyl, because I see a lot of it out there. I know a lot of it is junk, but a lot of media is junk. Vinyl at least has seen like a little bit of a resurgence. So if I had to choose like the next one, I have no intentions on doing it anytime within the next 50 years. I'd probably go vinyl way. Listen, Mike got ungated. He got ungated in Nike by getting a cheap Nike DVD. These guys, that's nuts. I mean, good for you, but that's crazy. Jan, I made Mike do the bottom shelves. I'm a giant, so my back is instantly toasted. Yeah, she's I do all the low shelves. She does all the high shelves. I know, cheap Nike DVDs. I didn't even know. Nike had a DVD. Those Facebook groups are miserable. You guys think when I joke and I say, hey, stay out of the groups, it's all doomsday. It's all a bunch of old grumpy people that have been selling books for $3 a piece that think they know the best way to do it. It's just stay out of the groups. It's not good for your health. It's not good for your business. 50-year-old down at the bottom shelf. See, that's me. But I'm more than double the age. So like I'm all down there all dirty, and that's why I hate summer, because I wear shorts and like my knees get destroyed from being on the floors. Where did you find the Nike DVD? That's he's gonna have to put that behind a paywall on his course. You can't get the Nike DVDs unless you buy my $99.99 course. Some people are using Amazon Seller app to pick books. Could you imagine scanning every book in the Amazon Seller app? Like, you would be in a thrift store all day. You would be miserable. You'd give up. Yeah, the profit is on the bottom because people don't want to scan the bottom. So if there is other scanners, or even like your normal customer isn't going to check the bottom shelf for books. So that's why I always say scan the bottom shelves. Some of those Facebook groups are okay, but there are some idiots in them too. Yeah, there's definitely people that have good intentions in those, but it's like for every one of those, you have 5 people that are just like ignorant and just like, well, did you do this? Did you look at this? Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this? It's like, no, like it's not for me. I am in a lot of those groups. I won't interact. If there's ever like a Scout IQ outage, that's the only time I really go in there to see like, hey, are other people complaining that Scout IQ is down? Other than that, I steer clear of it. I'm willing to help people, but I'm definitely not going to basically go in there and try to tell people how to do things. I'm willing to always help. I don't like just putting on basically anything, you know. This is for your future vinyl collection. I appreciate it. It's funny. One of Deb's favorite artists is Eddie Money. So every time I'm out, like, and I see the vinyl, I'm like, maybe I'll find an Eddie Money one for her, but I never do. It's always junk. Because people have holes in their head. I'll never go below $5 profit. Come on, think about it. If you would just chase the dollar and the 50 cents, you'd be a millionaire by now. Reprice It is going strong. Thanks for the help. Read faster. A repricer is so critical to an Amazon business. Like, I can't even explain it. It's so important to be repricing your inventory, but you don't want to do it right away. You want to build your business up. That's why I always try to say at least 300, 350 in inventory, and then you got the repricer going. The seller form. Seller form's another one. Steer clear of. Oh my. I go on there probably once a week just to laugh. I mean, the people on there is just like, the sky is falling every day. I'm closing up shop. You see the same person saying they're closing up shop, every other week. It's crazy. Knitting books are good money. That should be the tip of the day here. Those little skinny like knitting and prayer shawls. That's another one that's real good. Socks, like knitting socks. Those little tiny knitting books. I always scan all of those, and they do have good profits, and I highly recommend definitely scanning those if you see them. I googled Nike DVD and found a place. I will go through my records and find the site. I don't remember off the top of my head. My goal is to see how much I can get on gated buying cheap CDs. You could have like a whole business built around this. Like, get ungated. Like, what are you gonna? I mean, I guess there can be CDs or DVDs for anything. Like food wise, you got to find like a Kellogg's like CD or DVD. Tony the Tiger had to put out some kind of DVD at some point in his life. Um, she needs the Eddie Money vinyl. Yeah. Look, Tommy Boy's Eddie Money fan, huh? Okay, what happens to your books when Amazon issues a refund? I've had refunds, but no books returned. Okay, so they don't return the book directly to you. So what happens is they receive the book back at the warehouse, and then Joe Blow working at the warehouse will say, all right, this is a return. So they're going to say, all right, it's in used condition. They're going to look at your book and say, is it still in used condition? Yes. All right, so what happens is it just automatically goes back available for sale. So you're never going to see that. The only time you're going to see it is if the book is damaged, and then it'll be in your stranded inventory, and it'll say like customer damaged. Other than that, you're never going to see those books coming back to you because we're selling used items. Most of the time, it's going right back into inventory, so you don't have to worry about it. Oh, she saw him in concert. Deb's jealous. Heinz Beans DVD. Yep. Yeah, Christian Book even has cheap Legos on there, whether it's DVDs or CDs. They even sell like little Lego keychains for like $3 that you can easily get ungated in. Garden knee pads and scanning low books. That's not a bad idea. I mean, at some point, that's going to be what I come to because that's going to be it. My knees are going to be toast. My knees are going to be toast. Yeah, she wanted any money, but now he passed away. It's unfortunate. No, don't delete the listing. Don't delete the listing. Once you delete it, then it's just going to go stranded automatically, and you're going to have to get it sent back to you, um, just to resend it back in. Definitely don't delete the listing. They're just going to put it back in your inventory. That's the big benefit of selling used media, is that when there's a return, we can resell it versus where you're selling something new. 90% of the time, that new thing, they're going to get it back and they're going to be like, hey, this isn't new anymore. Somebody opened it up, and then you got to get it sent back to you or disposed of. He was an ex-New York City cop. That's crazy. I never knew that. It's a little fun fact. Knee pads are the way for low book scanning. Yeah. Get some of those Healy sneakers, and I could just be flying around the thrift store. When you look at what data book, does it come up as inactive, out of stock? I did that to a book last week. You check myself today. No, when you liquidate it, once they complete that removal process, like you'll get an email or like you should get an email. At least I get an email saying, "Hey, we completed your removal order," and then it's gone. And if somebody bought it, you'll be fine. People know they're buying used books as long as you're not listing this stuff as like new, and as long as you list it accordingly. There's a place in Old Bridge, New Jersey, up north. Yeah, it's crazy how times have changed, with concerts and everything. A lot of these people only do big venues anymore. Yeah, I made Deb do the her scanner died, so I made her do the CDs because it's a little bit easier. And there were so many damn CDs. Mike created a monster with me on DVDs. Hey, that's good money. Like that's super good money. Hey Mike, been listening to you on the phone while sourcing. I know you hate the idea, but I just spent 2 hours on my Goodwill outlet and sourced 40 books. No competition, no one else scans. Listen, don't tell nobody where you live. Don't give no details of this Goodwill outlet. And you 100% at least go there twice a week. If you have no competition and you have a source like an outlet, then 100% you should be taking advantage of it. Them books are super cheap, and you just got to be willing to dig through those bins. I was watching another person saying delete your listing. It's all right. Listen, just have it sent back to you. I deleted one not too long ago that I still had in stock and I didn't realize it. It happens, And hey, it's only a used book. It could be a much more expensive mistake if it was something else that you were selling 20 of. So there's so much information and misinformation all out there. That's kind of like you gotta be wary of, where you're going and where you're getting your information from. That's nice, Bob. Unfortunately, yeah, the people here are crazy, Bob. Like, if you were here at one of these bin drops, you'd be like, yeah, I'm out of here. Have a good day. Or you can get a lawn chair, Mike, hire a minion to skate. That's right. Listen, that's the future, right? So when we get to a certain point where we plateau in business, we're going to hire book scouters. So the way it works is we hire book scouters and are not where we live because we still want to go source those, but we hire people, book scouters in other near cities. We can either pay them by the hour or by the book, preferably by the book, so you're not getting robbed with the hourly rate. And then once a month, you go pick up all the books from that person, and you're good to go. I mean, that's the future of leveling out as a one-person machine when it comes to cherry picking. I would go that route before I went doing bulk books on my own. At least the stuff you're getting cherry picking is going to be profitable, and you don't have to do all this work with all these duds. Yeah, if I had no competition, Bob, I'd be living at the bins. I'd be living there. Yeah, I mean, don't skip them if you got them. As long as you're not dealing with a bunch of crazy people. 496 books bought there. Yeah, how much you spend? Like $50 because they're so cheap. Can't beat it. I hate when people snatch stuff next to me. Yeah, people are crazy. I have two stores that are gold. I get a 47-pound box a week from just those two. It's crazy. With me, it actually changes from time to time. It's like some stores do really well, and then other times, like they suck. Like I have a transition right now, a Salvation Army that used to be super good, and now it just super sucks. It's like it just rolls with it. Yo, Meta, what's up? Me and MetaMeeks go way back. We used to actually stream on Twitch like years and years ago, and we stayed in contact throughout this whole thing. And he's a big time artist, and he supports what I do, and I support what he does. He does like animations for like video game events, like basically like Combo Breaker and stuff like that. So he's a full time artist, and we've been basically friends, just internet friends for years and years and years. And he lives up in Michigan, Tommy boy, another Michiganer. To be honest, I might hire a high school kid and let him scan. Um, what you can do, Juicy Scout IQ actually has you can add a team member, and it doesn't show them the profit. It just shows them accept or reject. So what I would do is I would go that route and then 100% just have it set up like that so they don't know what the profit is and then just pay them by the book. Okay, Mike, I need a challenge to come with something ungated and I will try to do it with DVDs. Make it a good one. All right, I want you to get ungated in Hostess. Hostess like snacks, like Twinkies, if that's even a category you're gated in. I love you, but don't come to my neighborhood. No ban in MetaMeeks. Are you and him together forever? So while we're all sitting here just running our mouths, so I started this thing on YouTube basically. So since all you guys have been supporting me and everything, I got to the point where I'm monetized on YouTube. So what does that mean? So to get monetized on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 watch hours. So I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but it took basically 363 days. It was like 200 videos for me to get monetized on YouTube, thanks to you all. So I appreciate each and every one of you with this. So that's why you see like I have like emotes in now. Like I'll show you some of my emotes that I have. These are the 4 emotes that I have. So you get like little perks of like being monetized basically. So I just wanted to say I thank you all for this. I am working on other things behind the scenes. Like, so you see now, like there's So I have like a join button on my channel. So basically, the join button is just kind of like a subscription based thing every month. And the only thing like I could really think about like to make it worthwhile to anybody, because I don't expect anybody to give me a single penny for anything I do. It's just not the way I operate. I figured like, what if we could do like a weekly Zoom call, or even maybe once or twice a week do a Zoom call. So that's what I have it set up for right now. So basically, once a week, anybody that's a member, we're just going to do a Zoom call, and we're all going to be in the Zoom call. We can bounce ideas off each other and go from there. So if you're just wondering like why the channel looks a little different, why I have that little join button, or I have these emotes that me and Deb made, the Greedy Will one's pretty funny. That's what it is, and I appreciate you all supporting the channel. I'm always here to answer any questions or anything, so just giving you an update on that. And I don't make a lot of money. I don't make a killing from YouTube, even though Juicy thinks I'm a millionaire off it. Just need to order 10 DVDs. Palmetto, you have to make sure you are gated in that DVD. So you're going to have your Christian book pulled up and your Amazon seller account pulled up. You're going to copy the title of the DVD you found, put it in Amazon, and then you want to make sure you see that apply to sell. So you want to click that apply to sell and make sure it pulls up all the things where you have to say you got to put your invoice and all of that in. And then you're good to go. It'll ungate you once you get your invoice from Christian Book. My outlet charges by the pound. 40 books weigh 52 pounds. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, when you don't have competition and you're getting them for that cheap, I mean, it's definitely worth it. My outlets, I think, are 33 cents and 50 cents, 33 cents softback, 50 cent hardback. 1K subs, just so you guys don't think I'm a millionaire now. Basically, 1K subs makes me like between $2 and $5 a day if my videos are getting hundreds of views. So just so you guys kind of have like a perspective of how it really works. That's how it works. I make $2 a day on ads from you guys watching ads, or YouTube putting ads on my videos. I don't control none of the ads. YouTube automatically does it, so it's not like I control, hey, there's an ad here, there's an ad here, there's an ad here. You don't get to control none of that. They automatically put them on your videos. Already ungated and host this. Yeah, Deb's right. Just make sure you're gated in it first. Make sure when you hit apply to sell, it pulls up the invoice thing, because just because you see that apply to sell, they might automatically ungate you in that. So that's why it's important you hit that button first to make sure they want to see an invoice. My buddy has a fitness channel. 3.76 gets decent views, brings in 4. Yeah, I mean, it really depends on how active like your viewer base is. I'm down. I like that idea. Yeah, so that's what I'm rolling with. So like, I basically already have one scheduled for this weekend. So if you guys, can you see who watches you the most? I can't see like user breakdowns. I can see if somebody's like a top commenter or like active, like really active on the channel, but it doesn't give me like an hourly breakdown, I don't think, by user. I think they kind of keep that stuff hidden. But yeah, that's a good idea. All right, so that's what I already have it set up. Zoom will let us do 40-minute meetings. So I have one set up for Sunday. So like, if you guys ever hit that join button, I made like a little trailer and it breaks everything down. So basically I just post the Zoom information, and you'll see like yeah, I already responded to your email. This guy's in here harassing me about emails, and I already responded to it. Let's see here. If I already responded to your email, that's it. I'm going to have to... Yeah, I already responded to your email. This guy comes in yelling at me about emails, and I already responded to it. So yeah, anyway, when you guys hit that join button, I have like a little trailer, and I can post like member-only community post. So I posted like the Zoom link and the Zoom password so anybody can join that's a member on that given day, and I have the times and everything, so we can all just hang out on Zoom for 40 minutes and shoot the crap, see what's going on in each other's businesses and go from there. When am I ordering my Lamborghini? Um, I don't know. I am getting a rental car next week, Tommy boy. So I might be doing videos on from my Lamborghini. Depends what Enterprise gives me. So I'm getting my bumpers fixed from the accident we had literally almost 2 months ago now. So I'm hoping they give me something souped up so I can make like a Amazon like course video. Like, hey guys, selling books on Amazon is not the way. If you want to drive Lamborghinis, then you need to do this. And if you only pay $499.99, I'll tell you how. Yeah, Deb just said it. You ever do a repricer video? Yes, I have, Dustin. It was at the beginning of the year. I'm not sure if you can sort it by date. Um, it is basically, I think it was right around January, the first week of January, I think. Got a Tesla and said since gas is so crazy right now, I'm just going to start riding a bike. That's going to be it. But yeah, Dustin, there's a repricer video. Cool. Stepped out for a minute. When is the first Zoom book club? I'm gonna do them every week. So basically, when you join the channel as a member, I think it's like I think the lowest tier I have is $2.99. I post member only posts with the time, the date, the password to the Zoom meeting. So once you're a member, you'll have access to all that stuff, and we can sit down and chat on Zoom. You know, if you're the only member, then it's just going to be me and you sitting there chilling. I'll sit there myself. I don't care. I just want to help people out. Did the inventory storage limit that happened hurt your business? Are you worried about how it will affect your future? Okay, that's a great question. So, a lot of people have gotten out of book business just because of the inventory limit. So, when it happened, my max was 1,000. There's still people that are stuck at 1,000, but honestly, it's one of those things that's just, I think Amazon did it just to weed people out. Then, so it's they had so much crap that was sitting in warehouses that weren't making them money, that they needed to get all of this stuff out. They want people to send stuff in that's going to sell. So will it happen again? I highly doubt it. Amazon has been building warehouses all over, so they have more storage space. And we also have to take into consideration a lot of people that are reselling aren't going to continue to be reselling because of the new tax law. So a lot of people weren't paying taxes because they weren't making $20,000 a year. Well, with the new tax law, a lot of these little people are going to go bye-bye because now they got to pay taxes on anything over $600. Am I worried it's going to happen again? Honestly, no, because we're sending in profitable inventory. So right now I'm right around 1,500. So if something happens and they drop me down to basically 1,000 again, I can just say, hey, I have 1,500 profitable books in there, and I can continue to prep boxes. So when my inventory space frees up, I can keep it maxed out. Your inventory score is got to be above 400 minimum, at least 450. But keep it maxed out, and then if they do say, hey, no more inventory over 1,000, I'm going to have 10 boxes to go. So when I get under, 30 books, 40 books. So when I'm at 960, boom, that box is out the door right away. It's going to sell. Sooner or later, it's going to bump you up. A lot of these sellers that got dropped with their inventory limits, their IPI was not that good at all. So it's like, it was due to happen. It was bound to happen. Amazon just wants us to be better sellers and sell stuff that makes sense, not send in stuff that isn't going to sell. They don't want to store your stuff. They want to sell it. Got about 10 bikes for sale, Mike. Let me real cheap. We love bike riding. I don't want to keep the bikes here, so we have a ride share we do, and you just pay. It's like $25 for the year, and we just literally go rent the bikes, and we're good to go. Found a DVD. I'll listen listen to you all talk motivation. Hey, if you're out there getting it, then get it while the getting's good. Yeah, I almost blew. I'm getting old. I'm not in shape like I used to be. How many books do you typically source per week? So, books, I'd probably say I send in anywhere between 5 and 15 boxes a week. That's how like skewed it is for me. Um, I'd probably say I'm sending in at least 200 books minimum. I have sent upwards of 500 books in a week. So it's a big difference. It really depends what I got going on, how many times I go out during the week and how much I'm finding. So there's really like really not a set number, but you definitely want to be going out 2 to 4 times a week. I think that's the sweet spot. 4 times if you're really out there hustling and you have enough sources. I don't want you going to the same sources over and over again. 2 times if you're going out 2 times a week and you're literally going to a bunch of thrift stores, that makes sense. Or if you're doing it on the side, 2 times a week is perfect. Found a 1988 mongoose Cali 2 weeks ago. So paid $60 at a sale. You just sell everything, man. The everything seller. I think that should be your YouTube name. The everything seller. You can be the go-to everything seller guy. I appreciate it, man. You didn't have to give me $15, but I appreciate it. Go pack your eBay orders. Looking forward to your next video dropping, as always. And I did respond to your email. I know you've seen it now, but I keep track. I respond to stuff. I watch out for the people that watch out for me. When we buy a house, we're going to get matching used book guide bikes. Write it off. Yeah. I'm just going to have it. It's just going to be one solid piece of steel with my logo. And check out my YouTube channel. All right. Any burning questions here? We're coming up on an hour. I got a little tip for you. So, like, you seen in my last video, this stuff's getting expensive on Amazon, like the brown paper fill. So, the other day we were at Walmart, and they actually have this stuff. 220 sheets, and it's 2 feet by 2 feet. And this was only $10. So this is easily going to last you much longer than the roll, and it's a lot cheaper. So if you run low on packing paper, then 100% go to Walmart and get this. Save yourself some money, and this will last you a while. This was a good find because that's all I had was that little roll. The same with bubble wrap. They have bubble wrap. It's about the same as Amazon. I think it's like 18 or 19 bucks at Walmart. But the price of supplies have gone up so much. It's getting crazy with some of the cost of this stuff. DVD order in. Thanks. Yes. Keep me posted. If you have any issues, you might have to submit it once or twice. It's not a big deal. Sooner or later, somebody that knows what they're doing will approve your invoice. But keep me posted. Make sure you get ungated. See, maybe you get lucky and you get ungated in music like some people have, like myself. You need a dumpster dive for that stuff. I mean, I guess you could. If you don't have a problem with, rolling in dumpsters. That works too. I mean, old newspapers, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, Amazon's just throwing this stuff out anyway. I was looking for a bolo I thought you showed in manga. But do you have any in that category that are bolos? Any Blu-rays that are basically anime, like Dragon Ball Z, those are always super good. So Blu-rays and any kind of manga, any kind of anime, they seem to do really well. You can find a lot of that stuff at like pawn shops, but those seem to do super good. Amazon used to be so cheap for I know. I used to have so much bubble wrap all over the place. Am I right in assuming if the CD is missing the cover art but scan screen, in my case, rather than graded acceptable, just kick? You could do that, yeah. I would maybe set like a threshold, like if it's a $25 profit CD, then still listed on Amazon, just acceptable. But if it's anything that's cheap, yeah, I would definitely just throw it over to eBay. Have your sales been slow this spring? Believe it or not, my sales the past few weeks have been super good. So let me just take a look here, and I'll give you guys an exact number here for March and April. Let me see. I don't even know how I can get to it. I'll pull it up to... I did not go to the Restore yet. I drove by it the other day, and I thought about it. Let me get it pulled up on my app. All right, so for March 2022, we did $4,524 in sales. Let me see. Let me see if I can get to April so far. We are at 3712 in sales, so $3,712 in sales so far in April. So sales have been pretty good for me. I can't complain about it. It goes up and down. You just got to kind of roll with the punches. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's not so slow. I made $15K selling my dumpster find in 2020. What? What did you find in the dumpster worth that much? You go to the restore. Yeah, I already answered that. Been doing books for 2 months so far. My goal is 250 in inventory for the end of the month. For someone newer to the game, what is a good goal for how much inventory you should have? So that's a great question, Thomas. Set goals. I like your goals. Your goals are not monetary. They're based off your inventory. That's always a better way to basically scale your business, in my opinion. Don't chase the sale number. Chase the inventory number. That's what I still do to this day. Inventory you should have, I would like to see you probably around 400. And once you get right around 350, 100% get a repricer, but do not do it until you have 350 books in stock and you're ready to go. Reprice it, I think, does a 30-day free trial, so I think it's $10, and it'll make a difference. But you don't want to do it too soon because you don't have that much in inventory, and it's going to take you a little while to get the buy box. My biggest piece of advice is have a family or friend buy one of your books and leave you a 5-star review. That will speed up your buy box eligibility. So once you get that 5-star feedback, it triggers in the system, and you'll basically get the buy box a lot quicker than if you didn't have any reviews. Try the neighborhood app yet? I have. Like Nextdoor, right? That's what we're talking about. So Nextdoor around me is, it actually kind of sucks. Like for books, it's just people are basically trying to get retail price for their books on Nextdoor for me. I haven't seen any bulk or anything like that on there. Everyone says it's great for yard sales, etc. Yeah, for me it sucks. For books, it sucks in my area. It might be different where you're at. I'm not in a huge city. I mean, I am located by the capital of Pennsylvania, but it's not a big city. I already answered that. What is my average sales price? Let me see. All right, I know there is a way. I think it was business reports. Yeah. Thanks to Terry. My average sales price for those 2 months, $19.60 for March and April on those sales. Nakio, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but $19.60. So a little bit under $20. It's not a lot, but it adds up. That's the whole thing with media. We're selling so much. Yeah, I've been up to my head in doing stuff. Bed Bath & Beyond merch, all brand new. You got lucky. John, she kills it on Etsy and her own website, man. She's a hustler out there. Still no buy box for me yet. It'll happen. I mean, it'll happen. Just keep pumping them in. And you're getting sales anyway, so sooner or later you're going to get it. I mean, the amount of sales you're getting for not having a buy box is good, so I wouldn't even worry about that. I just started, and the hunt is so freaking addicting. I know we all do it for the money, but the feeling it is. And listen, it's never going to go away. Like the second you don't enjoy finding stuff, like maybe that's when you got to give it up and look somewhere else. But I love just scanning and finding green stuff, and there ain't no other way to put it. It's crazy. It's like you're basically panning for gold or like metal detecting on the beach, but you're just in thrift stores scanning books. Post the same ad used for Craigslist on Nextdoor. Haven't been able to keep up with people wanting to set meetups. Are you paying or are you doing free, Chris? I'm just curious. I like scanning with Mike when I'm off from work and in my business. Like I'm competing with. If she went full time with me, I'd be a millionaire because she's so lucky. I know, like, oh, people say some people are luckier. She's way luckier than I'll ever be. Whenever she comes out, we find a ton of stuff. Like the other, literally, it was yesterday. Wednesday, it was half off at Salvation Army, and the one I recorded, the SD card got corrupted. We went to 2 stores and we made $800, so it was pretty good. Is there a way to get Scout IQ on another phone so I can put my kid to work? Can't figure it out. There is a, if you go on to their website, Joanne, they have like the link to set up a team member, so you won't have to pay as much. I think it's $10 a month for a team member. They just use your. There's a way you can set up an account for them as a team member underneath yours, so that'll work. And then you only pay $10 for them, and it's a write off for you anyway. And then you put your kid to work. Paying definitely by the pound. Yes, that's. I'm telling you, it's a game changer, and you're always going to make out. So like, have you lost money yet paying by the pound? I'm just curious. It can't. I don't even think it's possible to lose money paying by the pound unless you just get absolute garbage. Have one phone on airplane mode, data only. Yeah, I mean, yes, you can add a team member. Yes, you can. And it's cheaper, so that's a cheaper way to do it. I'm dumb, but then again, I had Debs sign up through my affiliate link, so I get like a certain amount of every month. So whatever, the $14 for her account, I get like $2.80, I think, because she signed up through my link. So it's basically the same as a team member. She just has her own account. There you go. Look, John knows more about Scout IQ than I do. You got to upgrade to $40, but then you can add team members for 10 a pop. Forget that. Just make her own Scout IQ account. That's what I would do, and pay the $14 a month. Bricks and boxes, not at all. Always profit off those meetups. Be careful of people trying to unload old library books on you, though. Yeah, I did have a few where I literally, it was like one of the first few ones I did, and it was like all these old, huge, like, encyclopedias, but thankfully there still was some profit in those. But like, it was like 2 boxes, and it was like almost 200 pounds because it was all these old, thick books, but you still make out on it. Second and Charles will give you 10 cents a book minimum, so 15. Yeah, I mean, Second and Charles is a game changer. Like, if I didn't have a Second and Charles, I would have to rethink my business a lot. Bulk buys are the best. The local library sells me 10 a box, but they'll give me out specific genres. So I ask for a minute. You're killing it right there, Rob. I mean, you get to choose what genre. Like, you got them all nailed down already. $10 a box, you can't beat that. All right, Juicy, have a good one. I appreciate you hanging out as always. Look forward to talking to you in the comments. I already have the seller account, so that works. Yes, so Deb uses my seller account. You can have 2 Scout IQ accounts linked to one Amazon seller account. So we're both linked to mine. We both can scan at the same time. There's no issues. She just needs her own one. All right. I think that's the end of the line for me. I'm running out of energy over here. If you need anything, reach out. Like I said, I did set up the YouTube member Zoom calls every week in case you guys are interested in that. All you got to do is click the join button, and all the information is in there once you join. I appreciate y'all hanging out and supporting the YouTube channel, helping me get this far with everything. You got my email, you got my comments. I respond to anything and everything. The only benefit to having a team member account versus their own independent account is your trigger sets carry over there. Mike's way is a better method, but you have to set up their triggers. Yeah, you just got to make sure they have the right trigger sets. You're basically just setting up a new account, so just copy yours into theirs and just make sure it's right. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for me. Deb's already in bed. I'm ready to make some food and lay in bed myself. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I appreciate the donations, everything. If any of you guys join, I look forward to talking to you on Sunday in the Zoom call and, just living the dream. No problem, Rob. I appreciate you watching the videos. That's all I can ask for. Definitely keep me posted, Palmetto. Look forward to hearing about how it goes. All right. That's it for me. Everybody have a good night and good weekend. Bulk buy video drops tomorrow, and that's it. All right. Have a good one. Bye bye.